So let's talk video. You're watching a video right now, and we're able to have some sort of connection here through what you're seeing visually and also what you're hearing. To me, video, using all the senses, except like taste and smell, that'd be weird. Maybe one day. But this allows us to have this deeper connection than you can with podcasting because of the way it's consumed and where it might be consumed. In this video, I want to talk about the different kinds of ways we can use video and some smart approaches that you can take to make sure that you are not wasting your time and you get the most bang for your buck when you do create some video down the road. So first of all, why video? Now, not just because of the connection that you can make, but because of how powerful of a platform it can be for getting your message out there. If you're watching a sales video, you're hearing what this person is sharing about this product and the transformation that is offered. If you're watching a YouTube video, you're building a relationship with that person and you're becoming a fan. If you're sharing information, it becomes a much easier way to actually show or document something that is something that you need to see to believe or do. A purposeful, smart video can go viral. But I think when you approach video, I think we need to know the purpose of the videos that we're creating. So first, let's talk about video just in terms of the equipment before anything, because obviously you need the equipment. Now, the truth is you probably have access to stuff already that you can film with, whether it's your phone or a cheap camera to begin with. And I would recommend if you're gonna try something on YouTube or try a video channel, don't try to start off by hiring a production company right from the get-go and spending tens of thousands of dollars. You're gonna benefit more by having lesser quality videos, but actually just getting the motions going and getting those videos out there. So I'd recommend using a phone if you have access to that. The most important thing when it comes to the equipment is, in fact, the lighting more than the camera. Make sure that you are either facing a window that has some light coming in the window or some nice lighting around, and we'll have some links down below. Really important is the planning. If you're gonna be creating videos, I don't want you to just turn on the camera and go. We're sort of like conditioned now to, if the video's not really hitting home right from the start, or if it's not keeping us entertained or informed, to go and leave and find something else, right? So I think spending some time planning your video ahead of time is gonna be really key. I like to start from the end and then move backwards. So I like to think about, okay, well, how do I want a person to leave this video? Or what do I want them to leave with? How do I want them to feel? And what do I want to transform them from? And so I think about that first, and then I reverse engineer all the different points, all the steps, all the stories, case studies, et cetera, required to go from where I think they're at now to where I want them to go. And then I can actually start to create the outline and put order to things from there. The thing is, the videos need to and should be pretty tight. Now, this gets to the question of, do I actually script the videos out entirely? In most cases, you don't need to do that. In some cases, you would if you are, for example, creating an online course or something and you really want to nail every single word. It's going to take a lot more time planning up front, but especially if it's your first time, it may benefit you to do that, and you can read from a teleprompter if you'd like. But in most cases, what's most efficient and what's actually best for you and your audience is to have a very detailed outline. And if you're going to script anything, script the intro and perhaps the outro, the two most important parts of the video, actually that's outside of the meat of the topic. And that's important for reasons I'll mention in just a second. But scripting that intro is cool, but in the middle of it, having a detailed outline, just so you know what story to tell, just so you know exactly the case study and maybe some data behind it, so that you can truthfully and authentically just share your thoughts about it. And that can go a very, very long way, and it can help you practice sort of speaking on the go with that detailed outline in mind. Now, I said the intro and the outro are very important, and this speaks to the world, especially on YouTube. YouTube is a beast. It can either be your best friend and give you millions of views, or it can be something that you struggle with. Even though you create the best videos in the world, you might not be found at all, and that's often very deflating. The most important things when it comes to YouTube success, and there's a lot more information down below on how to succeed on YouTube. We've talked about this many times before and have a lot of information available to you, but I like the strategy of the click and then stick strategy. We need a person, especially on YouTube, to click the video, or else the rest of the video doesn't matter. So that includes the title and the thumbnail. Those are the two most important things to get a person to click on the video, because literally that's all they have. So you need to entice people within the title and the image to have a person go, okay, that's interesting, I want to click through. And there's many, many different ways to frame that, whether it's just literally telling people the thing that they've been looking for, if you are taking a search-based approach to YouTube, or something more curiosity-driven. Maybe it's like the thumbnail's telling a little bit of a story and people want to find out what happens. Cool, you gave your credit card to a kid. Well, what did they buy? Like Mr. Beast style, right? That can be worth clicking on, and that's why he's really running YouTube right now, because he hones in on those titles and thumbnails really, really well. So that's the click, the title and the thumbnail. Then you have the stick. The first 10 20 seconds of the video. You don't need to talk about who you are. You don't need to talk about your experience. You need to tell people a reason why they need to stick around and watch to the end of this video. Because the click is important, but unless you can get people to stick around, well, that doesn't matter either. Now, here's the thing with YouTube. YouTube wants to support those videos that support them. YouTube, all they want is for people to stick around and watch as much of those videos as possible and to go from one video to the next. If your videos can help people do that, then you're gonna be rewarded, and YouTube is gonna send your video out to many, many more people, and you might find a larger audience than you could ever imagine in that way. But it's not gonna happen unless you get people to stick around. So start your videos with very clearly what it is that's gonna get them excited about this, or what it is that they have to look forward to, or start telling a great story to take their mind off of leaving, or just literally, like Mr. Beast does, in this video, boom, 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 and tell them that, and give them a reason to stick around. That's gonna work more than anything. That's 65% of the work, honestly. Now, the final thing I'll say about video before we kind of like decompress, and then I'll share some more information down below about where you can get more info. But in addition to the video, the audio that goes with the video is gonna be extremely important. Audio is, in fact, in my opinion, more important than the video. My videographer Caleb once said that you could have a really bad looking video with good audio and people are still gonna watch. But if you have a really good looking video with bad audio, people aren't gonna watch. So that just shows you how important audio actually is. So make sure you are set up with a good microphone, and there's many different kinds of equipment. Again, we'll link to those equipment lists below and have other videos for you about that. And yeah, the audio is really, really key. The most important thing, you just gotta do it. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta be a disaster before you become the master, because video is a really scary thing. It can be feeling very vulnerable. It can be something that can make you nervous. You can wonder what people are gonna think about what you look like or what you sound like or whatever. But the truth is, if those people are worried about that and they're not liking it, well, those aren't your target audience or people you wanna serve anyway. So show up for the people who would want to follow you and find you, because those people do exist. YouTube is an amazing platform to find those people. And then also, of course, for your sales pages and any other information on your website that you might have to offer, videos can support that as well. Yes, you can embed videos from YouTube on your website, so things can both of those things can support each other, and you can grow from there. It's going to be a slow start. I remember interviewing MKBHD, one of the most famous YouTubers around right now. I think he has nearly 14 million subscribers. He said that his first 100 videos were for his first 100 subscribers.
I made my first 100 or so videos for less than 100 people. So I think it was just kind of a fun thing I enjoyed doing.
Mr. Beast had a very similar situation. I think he had 100 videos by the time he had 72 subscribers or something. But look where they're at now. It's insane. But you got to get going. You got to put yourself out there, and you got to create something worth watching. So go and do that, have fun, and check out the links below to go further into video, to help you with your marketing, to help you get found, to build more influence and impact, and increase your income online too. You got this.